let's look at the rules we use for differentiation. If I have a function y is equal to ax to the power of n, then the derivative of this, dy dx, is given by n times ax, and then I reduce the power by 1. Now this is the standard rule for differentiation that you have. But depending on whether or not you have functions that are multiplied together or divided, or even functions that are to some power n, we have different differentiation rules for this. If I was to have two functions, f of x, and I was to multiply it by the function g of x, then the derivative dy dx is equal to the derivative of the first function times the second, plus the derivative of the second function times the first one. If I was then to look at one function divided by another one, then the derivative of this, dy dx, is the derivative of the top function times the bottom, taking away the derivative of the bottom times the tops, all divided by the bottom function squared. And it's really important that you keep the order correct for this one because of this subtraction sign that exists. Finally, if I was to have two functions, one of them being du, and I wanted to find its derivative with respect to x, and I multiplied it by another function which was the function y, which I've differentiated with respect to u, then this would be equal to the function or the derivative of dy dx. So an example of this is that if I have a function y is equal to x plus 4 all to the power of 4, and I let u equal the part inside the brackets, x plus 4, then its derivative, du dx, is equal to 1, because it's just x. Now if I substitute that in, I get that my function, instead of becoming y is equal to x plus 4 all to the power of 4, becomes y is equal to u to the power of 4. Differentiating that with respect to u, I get 4u cubed. And then multiplying the two of them together, as my rule suggests, dy dx times dy du is equal to dy dx. So that in my case here is equal to 4u3 times 1. Well, that is equal to 4u to the power of 3. Now substituting my u back in, which I originally had here, I get that is 4 times x plus 4 all to the power of 3. And this is known as the chain rule.